a little bit of out of sight, out of mind for these riders up front. So that will give them maybe a little renewed belief they could do something special, something magical here in the final stage of Tour de Limousin. Inside 4 to go, and the gap remains steady. And who's going to do the work? Who's going to finish off the job? It's Carreral that have decided to take responsibility, and Decathlon AG Tour Le Mondial put a rider just second in line. Certainly not about contributing here, just trying to make it a little bit more difficult for the riders to come up and assist.
Yeah, and you also got Intermarché there as well. You know, they're just, you know, sitting there hoping that the breakaway might have a chance of staying away. It's a slim chance, but yes, they have got a chance, but I just think we're going to see some action on that kind of 2-1, where Bergado launched his attack and took a solo victory.
It was Andrea Mifsud who was struggling at the back of the group. Not sure if he hadn't picked up a puncture. He just kind of redoubled his efforts and
gear problems. He was jumping up and down. I think it was his gear was stuck. Seems to have sorted it out. So here we go. This is the turn left onto the drag up. So the final drag of this race, and you know I am expecting something. Even if Monique, they're moving down the right hand side here, Cofidis. Even if Monique tries to get across, he's got a teammate just in front.
Yeah, they've got riders in abundance in the main peloton behind, including, as you mentioned, Sylvain Monique, who is now 7 seconds down in the overall general classification. And now the first surge from this quartet as Alexandre Balmer looks to launch into the final 2 kilometers. That's controlled relatively easily, it would appear at any rate, by Noah Isidore of the Decathlon AG Tour squad. De Montmarché stays connected as well, and Fort Prost at the back is still very much as a quartet. 18 seconds their advantage, still 1.9 to go, and it still ramps up here, and it won't ease really for another little while. This is the really demanding and challenging element, and what's going to happen from behind, because these riders need to continue to ride at a serious level of intensity if they're to have any chance of holding this one up. But don't rule it out just yet. Are we going to see an attack from this quartet?
Yeah, for the moment anyway, they're grimacing. Balmer put in an effort there from the front. Isidore has now come through to the front, but now we're starting to see the reaction from behind now. This is what I was kind of half expecting, and this will really eat into the advantage of the breakaway.
Well, it's showing at 23 seconds, but don't believe that just yet. Ewan Kostu has to close the gap in about 5th or 6th position in that main peloton. Total Energy looking to go on the attack to finish off the closing down process. The gradient will ease a little bit, and if they retain an advantage, and here goes Fort Prost trying to catch them out, and they're alive to that one, as they say, connected. But is this going to affect the cooperation between this group? And you sort of say, well, what cooperation is necessary? 1,300 meters left. They need to continue to ride. Now, Fort Prost will take them for a little meander around the road, but somebody needs to ride up, and they don't want to do it. They want to go all the way up and under the flag, and I don't think they can afford this.
No, they're on them. I think this is Bergado coming now. I think they're trying to help out Deletre. So unfortunately, that kind of flurry of attacks there is meant, you know, this break is over for the 4th day in a row. But they've come very close, haven't they?
Very, very close indeed. The road continues to rise under the kite. A handful of bike lengths of an advantage over the marauding pack behind, led by Mathieu Bourgadeau, who's trying to create something, having taken this stage last year. Now he wants Alexandre Deletre, 3rd, 2nd and 3rd through the first 3 stages of this race to produce for the Team Total Energy squad. They've done a lot of chasing today, and they are, unfortunately, the breakaway group about to be overhauled, or are they? Isidore still stays north, and 600 meters remaining, and it's a grindy finale here as we see Bourgadeau complete his lead out, and that's Arnaud Jarnet indeed that's on the front for the Van Riesel-Roubaix squad, albeit briefly, as Prodhomme goes to the front. But they're all looking around themselves, and now that will allow riders to come from behind and maybe, just maybe, launch something a little bit special, a little bit unexpected. Marco Tizze He's been 10th. He was 10th yesterday. Indeed, looks to surprise the rest as De Letter and the rest go to the line. And this is the late show coming on the outside. This is going to back-to-back successes for the Decathlon AG Tour Le Mondial. Van Drame it is that gets up for glory. Lepera is there to celebrate as well. And arm aloft, the overall winner of the race is Ewan Kostu. And that was a sprint that went on and on for ages and then sort of started quite late the way it went. But it ultimately resulted in a victory for the second day in succession in the Tour de Limousin for the Decathlon AG Tour Le Mondial squad, with Andrea Van Drame getting up for the success and his teammate Paul Lepere in the top three once again, and ultimately not going to get the overall victory, but a couple of stage wins is something to celebrate for Decathlon AG Tour Le Mondial. Andrea Van Drame, your winner on stage 4.